This episode is brought to you with thanks to my Patreon supporters, because without them, I'd have eaten my own face by now. Hello, I'm a British person, and I think I found it. I think I found the worst film I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of bad films. I've seen Two Girls, One Cup. Now that's a shit film. That's a pun about poo, you see. Transmorphers was bad, but Transmorphers 2 is next level bad. And it was a suggestion from a patron, so I'm not sure if they enjoy my videos and want to see me review it, or they hate me and they want to see me suffer. Because it did hurt, and not just emotionally, but physically as well. If this movie were a person, it would be the alcoholic stepfather of a red-headed disappointment. Well, I hope I haven't hyped this up too much, but I guess there's only one way to find out, and that's by watching it. No. Please, no. The movie opens with credits showing a rather intact LA. Didn't the last movie open with Earth's destruction? But here Earth is perfectly fine, so does that mean we're dealing with... Oh no. This isn't a shameful sequel. It's a pitiful prequel. Meet this lovely woman driving and talking on the phone to break up with her boyfriend, but Officer Hadley spots her.
Oh, great. You hear that, Ryan? I am going to get a ticket because of you.
Not sure it's his fault you're on the phone.
Stop laughing! Oh, you suck.
You sock?
Oh, you suck.
I'd love to see both sides of this conversation.
I am going to get a ticket because of you. Stop laughing! Oh, you suck.
Being the nice guy that he is, Officer Hadley lets her off with a warning, but as soon as she leaves, she's back on the blower.
Oh my god, are you still laughing at me? No, I didn't get a ticket. Why? Because some people think I'm beautiful.
She seems nice. Ah, well, I guess it's so we don't feel too bad when the phone transmorphs into a laser spider and shoots her in the head. That was a great scene and not even slightly hilarious. I like sarcasm.
More bad news?
Why was that specifically a good place to stop and talk? Because that's where they always talk about weird signals they've detected and decide they need to summon Dr. Joe Summers. And here she is, in a cafe in LA, moaning about the subway.
I wouldn't go down there if you paid me $100.
Well, that's really lucky then, because you would assume with that line you would have to go into the subway at some point during this movie. But no, what is clearly supposed to be a line of foreshadowing is not. It's actually pointless. As if we hadn't fleetingly been introduced to enough characters at this stage, we then meet two more, one of whom is the mayor.
Amy? She's recovering, thanks. They had to put a pacemaker in her, like an old man. Can you believe that?
Right, that must be foreshadowing, surely. They look over the body of the woman who was killed by the transmorphing phone, because that's what a mayor's job is.
Thought this was supposed to be a sleepy little town, Mayor.
I don't know what you're implying, Dr. Collins, but we don't have gangs here.
No gangs near LA.
It's cauterized.
Huh, no kidding.
Mm-hmm. From the heat.
Thank you, yes, that is what cauterizing means. Cut to another new character, Maddie, who is visiting her Nana, but oh no, poor Nana, the TV's out.
Hello?
Jake, where the fuck are you?
Sorry, boss.
Wait, that was misleading. She picks up the phone and dials, then it cuts to this guy's phone ringing, but it's his boss on the phone, not Maddie. Nothing says good movie like confusing your audience. Cut to the mayor and Officer Hadley, who speak about the dead woman.
There's an article in today's paper about the girl that died here.
The diplomat's daughter?
Yep.
What about?
The article says that she was alive at the accident. This reporter had witnesses swearing up and down she was attacked.
How does the officer who was the first at the scene not know any of this? Then back to Jake, who leaves his car graveyard home to go to Maddie's Nana's house to fix her TV. Then why confuse us with the boss thing? Why not just call Jake directly?
Jake.
Hey.
I was gonna call you. I mean, You just been back, what, like a couple of weeks?
A couple of months, actually.
So we could have this awkward scene of them reuniting. Gotcha. Apparently Jake only recently returned from the army, so TV repairman is a natural career progression.
No, you're not getting anything, huh?
Nope.
We both needed to crouch beside the television to establish that. So Jake heads into the back garden to do his thing. Oh no! It transmorphed into a completely static robot which clearly poses no threat whatsoever. It's a good job a tool every TV repairman carries is a gun. That will make you seem more rational when you run screaming into the house and tackle Maddie to the ground.
You need to get out of here. Get Nana and get out of the house, do you hear me?
You may want to actually stop being so ambiguous and tell her... Actually, yeah, no, it's probably a good job you don't tell her why you're freaking out. What's he doing? This is how kids play with guns that are actually sticks in the back garden. And he is literally in a back garden. Cut to Officer Hadley, who's talking to Dr. Summers about the woman in the car. And she not so subtly tells him where the cell phone is so he can go into her office and get it. But he's the police. He then learns that his niece, Maddie, is in trouble. I mean, if you can call static robots trouble, then a random guy's killed by his sat-nav.
Are you kidding me?
This is so shit, I can smell it. Well, maybe I did just shit. But, I mean, either way, it is rubbish. Officer Hadley catches up with Jake and Maddie as they discuss robots.
The satellite dish turned into some sort of attack drone.
What do you mean an attack drone?
I mean a robot.
What would you think the rational response to something like that would be?
Oh my god.
You believe them, of course! Meanwhile, Dr. Summers realises that a signal from space is communicating with the life form here on Earth. Dum-dum-dum! It's obviously the robots, so what? We then learn that Jake is recently back from war, so it makes perfect sense to take him to the scene of a murder. That'll do wonders for his PTSD.
The car threw him out.
And why is a kid there, right next to a dead body? Nice work, Officer Dipshit.
Well, I mean, what is it? Is it robots or terrorists or drones?
Why is robots your go-to response? I mean, it's true, but it's very unlikely. Then bam, they're suddenly in a car chase with the least convincing crashes ever. Sorry, we don't actually have the budget to damage any of these cars. They belong to the producer and he threatened to sue us if they get scratched. They then stop and Robot Spider-Man drops in, so they just drive away and nothing happens.
Damn it all!
Fucking... I can't actually think of anything to say that doesn't involve swearing, so... Shitty balls! The car then transmorphs into a lanky dweeb robot and lets out a signal. It wants the phone which killed the woman in the car, for some reason. But then a helicopter flies in and shoots it, giving them a chance to run away and be saved by whoever the hell this is.
This is Master Sergeant Major needed to base we have Van Reinberg.
Nice. She takes our heroes to a military facility which looks a bit more like a supermarket car park. And they meet Dr. Summers, who has the same sort of smile you give to someone when you're walking past them in a corridor. We then have a huge revelation.
Where do these things come from?
We built them.
Yes, following the 57 Roswell crash, it was humans who built the big killer robots. Except the first movie said that they were aliens and they came down when they were communicated, but I don't care, whatever. They then get word that the robots are about to attack military bases. So I guess it kind of sucks that they're at a military base, doesn't it?
What was that?
Shh. It was a sonic boom.
That wasn't a sonic boom.
It's them.
You think? What follows is then an action scene where robots and humans never appear on the screen together. That will help with the perception of actual danger.
We have to get to the tower! They're trying to send a signal, idiots! We need to jam that signal!
That's necessary.
Get can't waste time talking about it!
Oh, I don't feel so bad now, but at least the robots and humans were on the screen at the same time. Hey, it was worth it to see that twat die.
You guys are gonna have to figure out how to kill it.
Yeah, with that,
Who's gonna fly that?
I am.
Uncle Habby, no.
Superb line delivery there. Such raw emotion. Whilst Hadley flies the helicopter, a task all small-town police officers are trained to do, I'm sure, Maddie decides to help out by distracting the robot. But just how does she decide to do that? By running in a straight line through a wide-open space. It's okay, I'm sure she'll be fine. Oh, how? Who cares? We have another emotional roller coaster to deal with as Hadley sacrifices himself. But not before delivering a kick-ass one-liner.
Taste this, tinhead.
That's the cool line you want to die and be remembered for? So sad, but also good that the robot's dead. And Jake clearly struggles to process these complex emotions as well, going by the very odd look on his face. So I guess that's the end? Yes, we may be just 50 minutes in, but it's all wrapped up in a nice little bow and there's no point stringing it out for another 30 minutes, right? Of course it's wrong. Of course it's wrong. Bollocks. Was this originally a TV pilot and now this is the start of episode 2? Do they have any idea how a 3-act structure generally works in movies? Because I don't. Somebody tell me, please. We then learn that during his time in the army, Jake was responsible for the deaths of his entire platoon. So he's the perfect person to be with during the apocalypse, eh? All that talk of death gets Maddie hot, so we have to pad things out with an uncomfortably long sex scene. And from one kind of banging to another, see what I did there? The next morning the robots attack again. It's almost as if Hadley sacrificed himself for nothing. Yeah. No, that's exactly how it is.
Where'd you get that?
It's for a rainy day.
Was he going to shoot the rain? They meet up with Dr. Summers, who must have been literally waiting around the corner or something, and they realise that they're all a bit screwed, seeing as the military all shut down in an attempt to stop the alien signal. Everybody in this movie is useless. Cue another chase scene, which, to be fair, does include the coolest shot in the entire Transmorphers series, but it all ends soon enough as they shoot it.
They've taken over everything.
How the hell do you know? Plot convenience, I guess? Just like it's convenient that the truck blows up, yet they all survive. Lucky for them, the mayor's on hand to save them all. What? How?
Amy and I went to grade school together. How is she, by the way?
It's a tiny miracle. If those doctors hadn't put the pacemaker in her, she wouldn't be here with us to witness the end of the world.
Stop referencing your daughter's pacemaker. We get it. It's going to attack you all later. They all then take shelter in this shed.
Don't worry. We're not that exposed. They don't come out this far.
How do you know? The robots attacked literally 10 minutes ago. Or is it supposed to have been months ago, seeing as they appear to have set up a community here full of non-speaking extras?
An extraterrestrial attacks like a friend. And there's a moment in the conflict where you question, how am I going to overpower it? Up, over, around, whatever. But this alien, it attacked like an enemy.
Okay. They work out that the robots are killing off the humans by contaminating the water, so they decide to band together to cut out the water supply or something. Their plan doesn't really make sense, but do you know what does make sense?
Something's moving inside her chest. Oh my god, it's the pacemaker!
Yeah, the mayor's daughter's pacemaker attacks. If only they'd set that up a little clearer.
Look at that. They destroyed almost everything.
You're looking at the sky.
How many sticks of dynamite we have?
About 200 sticks.
What? Where does a mayor get dynamite? You know what? Forget it. Off our band of heroes go, all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, despite them saying this just moments before.
Alright, that makes 7 of us.
Didn't have a script supervisor or continuity editor on this film? No? Okay. They're slowly all picked off by the robots until they come across Bert Gummer here, who tells them that they're terraforming the Earth in 9 locations around the globe. And wouldn't you just know it, one of those 9 locations just happens to be round the corner. How handy for them! Of course it's guarded by robots, but luckily Bert's already managed to rig the place with C4. That means all our heroes have to do is fuck all while Bert distracts them and allows them to get in, where they're all quickly killed. But not before setting off the bomb and mildly inconveniencing the robots, which we know have already taken over the Earth.
Our victory came with a price. Destroying the terraforming plants released a toxic cloud of gas.
Is your name Jake, or is it John Connor? Then the movie ends, what a steaming pile of nonsensical, confusing pig piss. And that's being kind. Transmorphers 2 somehow manages to exceed all expectations. I expected it to be bad, but I didn't expect it to be this bad. In some places I face-palmed myself so hard that I gave myself concussion. I have nothing good to say about this movie. From the script, to the acting, to the story, to the effects. Every part of it is awful. Just awful. And this is a suggestion from a Patreon supporter. I mean, are you supposed to be supporting my work? Or make me want to give up the will to live? Wasn't that a terrible film? Yes, it certainly was. If you would like to see me suffer more, please support the show on Patreon. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And now I'm going to go and cry myself to sleep.